Hey everyone, Foxy here. So I've been thinking of doing something like this for quite a while now, and I said recently I was going to do it after the Nekojishi playthrough, and so now that it's over, it means I've wrapped up everything that I was currently working on, and so this is now the right time to just talk about what's going to be happening real soon in the nearby future. I finally decided to write a few things down now so that I don't forget what uh, what are the things I want to talk about. So I'm going to try to keep everything simple and concise and not start going on any rants. That will be better for everyone. So yeah, already recently I think it's pretty easy to notice that I've been getting back into things, getting more active, really got back into drawing and doing video editing. It's been a lot of fun. And so for now I'm thinking of kind of focusing a little bit on specifically that. I've really been enjoying myself kind of mixing things up like this, and one day just taking my time on drawing and the other day just recording and doing video editing, because the thing is both of us really take a lot of time, and it kind of makes a nice break to switch around between the two. And I don't know for how long I'm going to be able to do things like that, because I'm probably going to have to look around for a job. Doesn't really matter what, and doesn't really matter how much money I make, just making just a bit of money is the important thing. And so hopefully I still have the time to focus on this, and who knows, maybe make a little money out of drawing, or maybe even video. Like I said, yeah, it doesn't really matter what I do or how much I make. At least with things like this, it might be difficult, but I would at least be able to improve myself compared to like a retail job where it's kind of a dead end. But no matter that, the priority right now is that I want to be more. I always forget that word. Consistent. Yeah, that's the word. Because that's often really my problem, where I just start a lot of things and then I never finish it, and then suddenly I upload 10,000 things after a year, and it doesn't really help to go anywhere now, does it? But well, yeah, recently I've been really motivated to work on the stuff, and I finally managed to finish things, so that's pretty good, and I'd like to keep it that way. So now I'm going to talk a bit more about the content. I'm going to go with the big lines and then go more into specification, like other things that I'm already doing that are going to keep going, and the new things I have in mind. I want to go in a kind of two sets of opposites for videos, like for example, on one side more like the regular playthroughs like Change or Nekojishi, with like a little bit of flavor editing here and there, but not too much, just to spice up a little bit the memes. And then on the other side, some things that are more heavily edited, like the Darkest Dungeon or the recent Change animations, that kind of stuff, where the game is less important and it's more about a joke, and it's more about a joke that I'm trying to pass through the editing. And the other set would be on one side more like over the top furry stuff, while on the other side more like regular game. But because I think I might be a hipster, don't expect to see anything too popular. But sure, there won't be anything like called a popular battle royale game. Oh, it's not really my things. But there'll be a wide variety of things for that, whatever it's recent, indie, AAA, or whatever I feel like it. And so as for things that are going to continue, first, well, I'm still on the fence about Nekojishi. It's just been like 20 minutes since I really finished the recording, so my throat is still a little bit all over the place. But it really seems like the game has a lot of content, and no matter what, I'm still going to keep playing it and check out some other endings. Now the question is if I want to record all that, because it's going to be pretty different. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of things that I haven't seen, but it's going to be a lot of skipping through text that I already seen, and there's going to be more editing. It's just the kind of game that as you keep going through it, the new stuff becomes more scarce and scarce. And it really gives a different feeling from just one set playthrough where I deal with whatever choices I make and then stop it. But yeah, I'll have to see about that, and just give me your opinions if you want to see more or not. Then of course I guess I'm going to address the kind of elephant in the room, which is changed. So yes, there will be more. I think it will almost only be things like the animation, the I need a pearl, that kind of stuff. I've gotten access to some of the game sprites, which should make things a bit easier. And I should maybe check about RPG Maker modding. I know I've tried a little bit in the past, but I don't remember entirely how it works. So yeah, I'm really starting to get the same feeling as when I did those kind of Darkest Dungeon stuff. So yeah, if you don't really like all of that change stuff, I'm really sorry about it. But recently it's really been fueling my shitposting imagination, so I'm going to keep going for now, but it will be self-contained, I guess. There always will be some other stuff on top of the change things. And also I've been in contact with the guy who's made the Pearl Shimeji, and he has that idea of kind of making a custom version of it, kind of based on the quote unquote challenge I made, where it would be the version specifically configured to just fuck with you and try to distract you while you're trying to do other things, but you still need to figure out how to add more custom animation, that kind of stuff. So I'll have to keep you informed on that. And so, while I'm talking about Darkest Dungeon, I guess I might as well also address this, because I know that obviously a lot of people came into the channel because of the Darkest Dungeon shitposting that really exploded beyond anything I would have ever imagined. And well, the first thing I'm going to say is don't get your hopes up. I've already had like 2 ideas for videos on Darkest Dungeon written down, just so that I don't forget. But the reason it's never happening is, one, modding the game just for the recording takes a lot of time, and there's also the fact that I've not been playing the game in a long time, so I don't really feel motivated to go back into it just to make a recording. But I'm now aware that there's been a new DLC that's come out. It seems the reviews for it are pretty mixed, so I'm going to have to take some time to check it out, see if I want to play it. So I don't know if I'll record it, but at the least you can expect maybe like a kind of a playthrough of the game with a DLC, or at least, at the very least, just a few videos here and there. And at the most it will be 2 videos like the previous ones for the 2 ideas that I've written down, but I don't think there'll be any more than that. And I guess while I was talking about people coming in through the Darkest Dungeon stuff, I guess I might as well say that it's been kind of a mess in terms of subscribers, because obviously people coming for the darkest dungeon, then there's nothing, and suddenly there's all this furry shit that comes up, and people are like, no, what are you doing? So yeah, it's been kind of a mess with that, but for now, the number of subscribers has been slowly but steadily coming up, no matter how much I lose. I'm not someone who goes around just thanking everyone for everything every time there's something that happens. I'm not someone who either just share their feelings or emotion much. But even if I don't, I just want to say that I really appreciate it. Even if 2,000 subscribers might never be much compared to some other ridiculous numbers you might see. Just the fact that there might be some like a dozen of people that always check the stupid stuff I done, even there's people that are much better and more entertaining than me. It means a lot. So thanks everyone for that. And now, before I get emotional, let's get more into the meat and potatoes. Let's get more into the detail of the other things I have in mind. So, like I said, I'm working on a change animation. It's going to be different from the previous one. I guess you could say it looks a bit more like a trailer, I would say. But I'm not using any in-game sprites and I'm drawing everything myself, so it's going to take a while. That's why I'll be posting a few updates here and there to show, hey, I'm still doing things. But it's not going to stop me from doing drawings and videos in betweens. And it's going to allow for a break from change for a bit. And so as for other stuff, I was thinking of doing something with an incredibly original title, which I would call, I guess, Fox's Classics, where I would just play a game that I enjoy, just like a one-off, where I play a game no matter what they are, like indie, AAA, recent, less recent, even a flash game, doesn't matter. I just play a game, just talk about the game, just talk about some interesting things about it, if I have any, and talk about why I like it and how I discovered it, my history with the game. And it will probably an excuse to start a whole bunch of playthroughs because I won't be able to stop myself from playing the game further. So that's one thing. Another one, well, in multiple videos I've talked about Dark Souls, and so I'm not going to do an entire playthrough. I've already done that myself. But I had found a thing called the enemy randomizer, which, as the name implies, it randomizes every enemy and boss in the game with absolutely anything. And it sounds like something like really interesting. Other than that, more on the furry stuff. Yeah, you didn't think you could get away from that now. I still have another game that I bought at the same time as Change and downloaded Nekoji Sheets, another furry visual novel called Pirate's Fate, and it looked really interesting because it seems there's also a lot of choices, and the choices affect the characters emotionally, mentally, and also physically. So it seems a little bit fetishy, but a bit less than Change, for example. It's more on it's about pirates. But I'm going to take a break from that for now. I think I had enough on visual novels and furry story games for now. And I still need to decide what to do about Nekojishi too. And I also have other furry stuff in my bag, but we'll see that later. And yeah, I guess that was it. Let me just check my my notes to be sure. No, I think everything's good. That's all there is to talk about. And yeah, I guess why not, as I don't really answer all the YouTube comments that often. If for some whatever reason you wanted to contact me, first there is my email address in the About section on the channel. Yes, I know there is an About section on YouTube, on the channels. Unbelievable. To be fair, I had forgotten
about it too.
There is the link to my fur affinity page also on the channel next to the Google Plus icon on the top right. And finally, you can find me on Discord, on the Change Fanmade Discord. There's a whole lot of weirdos on there, but they are my weirdos. And yeah, I'm talking way too much about change. What the fuck is wrong with me? I'd better stop before, like I said, I go into a rant for no reason. As I already said everything I want to say, and I'm not going to be able to finish the video and do an outro, so I'm just going to cut it out in the middle of a